Hi, my name is Sasha. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have my May TBR for you. It feels like I just did my April TBR. Time is moving way too fast. So this month I am participating in 4 readathons. You know me, always making good choices. Honestly, with my record of failing readathons, you'd think I would stop doing this, but I have a problem, like an addiction to readathons. They're fun, they're themed. I love themed book things. Clever words, so smart. So the 4 readathons I will be participating in this month are the Asian Readathon, created by Read with Cindy, the Mental Healthathon, created by A Beautiful Chaos of Books, her name is Nicole, the Bookemon Badgeathon, created by Megan from Tome Infinity, and the Sailor Moonathon, created by Bookish Pisces. So for the Asian Readathon, I will be reading 4 books to meet the 5 challenges. The 5 challenges are to read a book by an Asian author, to read a graphic novel or comic that has an Asian character or that is written by an Asian author, to read an intersectional book about Asian characters, to read a book that is translated from the original Asian language that it was written in, and to read the group book, which is 1,000 Beginning and Endings by Ellen O, or edited by Ellen O. This is a short story collection, so obviously this is the first book I will be reading. Don't mind that, that's my last name. Oh, I should mention, there is a tricky little challenge for this one. It is to read books for every challenge that you're going to read a book for. You read a book by a different nationality, which I think is very clever. Fan of like Japan, I'm just going to read all Japanese books and not include any type of other nationality that I've never been exposed to. So this way you're exposed to a variety of nationalities. Why am I out of breath? I haven't even been talking for that long. So the book that I'm going to read that is going to meet the book by an Asian author and the translated work is Battle Royale by Koshan Takami. I hope I pronounced that right. I probably didn't. This is also going to be a read-along with Chrissy from the Return Cart, and I'm very excited. I finally finished reading Blood Meridian, so we should totally change our group chat to Badass Ladies reading Battle Royale and American Gods. Just saying. The second book I'm going to be reading for this is the graphic novel challenge, and it is by Tiwi. It's Thibui. I'm sorry for pronouncing it wrong, but it is about the history of this woman's family from coming over to America because of the Vietnam War to living in America. And I started reading this before the Asian Readathon, but I never finished it because Hoopla, I just never go into Hoopla, you know, the app for the libraries, because of reasons. The setup for Hoopla and for graphic novels and comics just bothers me because it's so small. But I am determined to finish it this month. The book that I'm going to read that will meet the challenge of intersectional character is a memoir by Eun Ji Min called Red Azalea. This, I have heard, is about a woman who has a secret love affair with another woman. So that meets my criteria for intersectional. I don't know how true to life that is, but I bought this at a library sale, and I don't know, this book will be a challenge for me. It's about this woman living in Chairman Mao's China during communism and stuff. So it'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting read. And then obviously 1,000 Beginning and Endings by Ellen O. That is my TBR for the Asian Readathon. The next readathon I'll be participating in is the Mental Health-a-thon, which I'm so excited about. Thank you, Nicole and Chapter Kate and Rachel Marie Book Junkie for doing this, because this is something we totally needed. Is a readathon that focuses on mental health. I'm very excited to participate. So this readathon has a handy dandy bingo card that I'm going to shoot up on screen. And for Nicole has said that if you read a book that meets every single square for the bingo card, you might win something. I forget what it is. I'll link the video for her announcement down in the cards, the description, whatever. But if I don't meet all the challenges, rock. If I don't meet all the challenges, I'm going to at least do the second line. Excuse my stuffy nose. If I sneeze, I have a cold. It's been a while since I filmed. I am a mess. I don't feel well. Whatever. So starting off with the square for OCD rep, I am going to be reading Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shannon McGuire. This is really exciting. I haven't read the second book yet. I read the first book in the Wayward Children series a while ago, like maybe beginning of 2018. So I'm excited to finally get to the second book. Then for the square of intersectional rep, I'll be reading Alice Isn't Dead by Joseph Fink. This is by the creator of Welcome to Night Vale, which is exciting because I love Welcome to Night Vale. It is hilarious and creepy at the same time. This features a woman married to a woman who believes that woman is dead. Did I explain that right? And she has anxiety. The squares of bipolar repping the bipolar, and the host's pick square. I'll be reading Marbles by Ellen Forney. I'm excited to read this because obviously everyone knows I'm always talking about my bipolar disorder, and I just love hearing about other people's struggles and triumphs with this disorder. For the personality disorder square, rep square, I'll be reading Let Me Lie by Claire McIntosh. Sorry, I was holding that upside down or backwards. So that is my complete TBR for the readathon as of now. I will probably, if I get through all of these, I will probably add more, just so I can maybe win something. Thank you, Nicole, in advance, because I'm totally gonna win. So the third readathon I'll be participating in is Pokemon Readathon. Gotta read them all. This is a Pokemon themed readathon, so obviously I had to join. and I am Team Instinct for anyone who's wondering. I am not 100% clear on all of the parts of this readathon. It's kind of complicated, but I'll be linking some host videos in the description for anybody who wants to participate. I'm going to go through all the badges and what books I have for them, but I am not going to tell you what each badge is because I forgot. So, great job me. The creative badge, which I do remember, is to read a book about art or music. I will be reading the classical music book by a whole bunch of contributors. For the memory badge, I will be reading Readathons, as I've already mentioned. For the exemplary badge, which I believe is to read a classic, I'll be reading Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, which I should have read back in February, but I failed. I failed the Valentine's, so we're going to give it another try. For the pictorial badge, I will be reading The Best We Could Do, which I've already mentioned. For the Amour badge, I will be reading To Be Honest by Maggie Ann Martin. For the chiller badge, which I believe is to read a mystery or thriller, I will be reading Let Me Lie by Claire McIntosh, which I've already mentioned. For the fantastical badge, which could be about reading a fantasy, I will be reading The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater because I saw a video from Snow White reader, Hannah, and she was raving about this, and I'm like, I've got to get on that. I couldn't even watch the whole thing because she had spoilers, and you know I got to watch a whole Hannah video because I love her videos. They're so funny. For the scientific badge, I'll be reading On the Edge of Gone by Corinne Duvis, which I should have read last month, but oopsie doopsie. Rainbow badge, I'll be reading Alice Isn't Dead by Joseph Fink, which I've already mentioned. For the archival badge, which I believe is to read historical fiction, I will be reading Blood Water Paint by Joy McCullough. I've heard wonderful things about this, but trigger warning for rape and, rape culture in ancient Greece, I believe? Ancient Rome? Yeah. For the Panic with an exclamation mark badge, which really gets me in my Panic at the Disco fan heart, I will be reading Pen Pal by Nathan Auerbach because Carissa from Carissa Quinn asked me if I read this yet, and I hadn't, and I really need to get to it because I bought it for the Year of Horror Book Club, and I still haven't read it. I'm going to read it. I am. I'm really going to read it this month, I swear. If I don't, I will give away a book. How about that? If I don't read Pen Pal by Nathan Auerbach this month, I will give away a book. The Jester badge, which is to read a humor comedy book, I believe, I will be reading The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. And this is technically a reread because I had the bind-up of all 5 of the books in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series, and I read the first one, I think, before I had to return to the library. For the Know-It-All badge, which is, I believe, to read a nonfiction, or like a book about something that happened, I'll be reading Bad Blood by John Carreyrou, which is about the Theranos disaster, and Elizabeth Holmes. For the prose badge, I will be reading Memories by Lang Leave. I've been wanting to get to her poetry for so long, and finally I found that my library has her books on either Hoopla or Overdrive, so I will be reading that. For the diversity badge, I will be reading Battle Royale by Koshan Takami, which I've already mentioned. So that is my whole TBR for the Pokemon Badgeathon. My last TBR, the last readathon I'll be participating in this month, is Sailor Moonathon. I am so freaking excited for this. I have loved Sailor Moon since I was a kid. My favorite Sailor Scout was Sailor Venus, still is. I also love Chibi, and Luna, the kitty. So the group book for this readathon are For Flowers by R.K. Gold. R.K. Gold is a booktuber, and I just think that's so cool that we're going to be reading a booktuber's book, because, you know, we're all basically trying to be writers, so congrats, RK. I hope I like your book. It's a middle grade, and I've been wanting to read more middle grade lately, so I am on Team Sailor Jupiter, and the team book is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, and I'm hyped. Like, I have wanted to read this book for so long, and I finally get to it. It's got mixed reviews on BookTube, but I hope I like it. There are content warnings for things like extreme violence and sexual assault and rape. There are 11 challenges for this readathon, not including the group book. The first is Sailor Moon, reread a favorite. The book I will be rereading is The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman, which I just recently found in my old bedroom, which is really just the sewing room in our house. And this is going to be opening up a new series on my channel. Lots of new series coming this month, if I get to them. It should be less busy because school's out, but I am taking a semester online, so who knows. For Sailor Mercury, the prompt is to read a book that challenges you, and I chose Memories by Lang Leave because I don't read a lot of poetry. For Sailor Venus, the prompt is to read a book with a character with special ability, and for this I chose Matilda by Roald Dahl. I don't know why it's taken me so long to get to this. I should have read this when I was a kid. I loved the movie as a child, but I'm finally going to get to it this month. I'm saying that about a lot of books, aren't I? That's a big red flag. For Tuxedo Mask, who isn't actually a Sailor Scout, but we're going to ignore that. The prompt is to read a romance novel. I will be finishing up Pride by E.B. Zaboy. I'm farther than I thought, but I have to return this to the library and recheck it out. So, for Chibiusa, the challenge is to read a novella, and I will be finishing The Ballad of Black Tom by Victor Laval. And as you can see, I am very, very close to being finished. I have about 10 pages left, so yay, I'm almost finished with one book. Sailor Mars's prompt is to read a book that includes the element of fire in any way, and I will be reading A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. For anyone who has any idea about Game of Thrones, you know that this includes fire. Like, not even offhandedly, it's just like a big one. For Sailor Saturn, which is to read a standalone, I will be reading multiple standalones this month, so we'll see which one I count towards that. For Sailor Uranus, which is to read a book with a gorgeous cover, I will be reading Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shannon Maguire, and I just truly think that's a beautiful cover. Like, the tree, it's like, it looks like a desert, fire-raised wasteland, and I love it. Sailor Neptune, which is to read a contemporary novel, I will be reading To Be Honest by Maggie Ann Martin, as I've already mentioned. For Sailor Pluto, which is to read a dystopian novel, I will be reading Animal Farm by George Orwell. Points if you can tell me down below how many books I've actually committed towards reading. I have no idea, and I don't really feel like counting it. Maybe you can play that fun game. You don't get any rewards, except my admiration. If there are any books that you loved and would love to encourage me to read before any of the other books, or if you hated any of these books and want me to change what I'm going to read, I would love to know. That's all. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for staying, since I haven't really filmed in a while. I'm almost to 100 followers, which is so exciting. I know I'm going to give a book away on my BookTube anniversary, and maybe I'll combine that with like 100 subscribers. 100 subscribers, BookTube anniversary giveaway. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Ow! and I will see you in the next video. Bye!